Live from West Hollywood, it's the talk show everybody's talking about. Born to KIBITZ, with your host, he's the man who would be king, the man with one red shoe, the man who shot Liberty Valance. Please welcome Corky Bernstein.
Well, hello, and welcome to Born to KIBITZ. I'm your host, Corky Bernstein, and thank you so much for joining us and being part of our cable TV family here in West Hollywood. We love you so much. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your emails, your tweets, your Instagrams, your letters, your faxes of support. They do my heart such good. Here's a letter from a fan who writes, Dear Corky, as famous public access TV star, you sure must know a lot of celebrities in Hollywood. I do too. I once shook hands with Colonel Sanders. It was warm, plump, and tender. Your biggest fan, Midge Peed. Well, thank you, Midge. And look, she sent me a picture. She's my biggest fan. Wow. Are our viewers something else? Huh? You better know it. Anyway, I don't know too many famous celebs in Hollywood, Midge, except I did once meet Wheel of Fortune's Vanna White, and jokingly I asked her if she was into S&M, and she said, mind your P's and Q's. Hello. Did I just hear a rim shot? I think I just did hear a rim shot. Hey, it's time for Rim Shot News. Former Congressman Anthony Weiner says the woman who snitched on him is a wiener snitchel. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie was recently rushed to the dentist for emergency bridge work. Coco the gorilla signed that amorous pic of her and Mr. Rogers was photoshopped. Snoop Dogg wins Best in Show at this year's Westminster Kennel Club. The ghost of Joan Rivers was spotted at this year's Emmy Awards wearing Oscar de la Yenta. Latest photo of Loch Ness Monster provides most convincing evidence yet. And last but not least, scientists discover marijuana residue in Shakespeare's pipes, giving new meaning to do be or not do be. And we'll be back, so stick around. And welcome back. I'm your host, Corky Bernstein. If you're just joining us, thank you so much. This is Born to KIBITZ, and what a guest we have this week. He's an institution in Branson, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen, the live entertainment capital of the world. And when he's not there, he's in Reno, Nevada, the smallest, biggest city in America. And he's here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Hoagie Darvon. Hoagie Darvon.
How you doing, man?
Hoagie, good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Corky.
Corky. Your publicist called me, and he said, you got to have this guy on your show. I said, I've never heard of him. And he said, that's the point. He's the most famous, UnFamous person in America.
Oh, that's sweet.
He said he's got a brand new CD disc out, songs entirely on fruit. I said,
yeah.
Book this guy. I said, book him, get him on. This is the first time we've met.
Yeah.
No other information on you but that, but hey, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you. Good to meet you. And your camera guys, by the way, I love them. I met all three. Don, am I correct? Yes. Eddie and...
Vince.
No, I forgot his...
No.
Glenn. Sorry, Glenn. Yeah. Good guys, all of them. Hey!
You're high energy. I can tell. Now I know why they call you a fixture.
Pretty relaxed today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rude.
No, that's okay.
No,
that's a good look. So tell me how you got started. How did you get started?
Got started? Please, if you ask my mother, she'd tell you that when the doctor slapped my ass when he delivered me, he said, "You're on, kid," and I was.
You're a born entertainer.
I am. I mean, I started as an opening act, like everyone does.
Yeah.
I opened for Foster Flett and Flaky, he was a comedian ventriloquist, and Flaky was his puppet, and I was his opening act.
Right.
And, I did 15, 20 minutes, You know, you got something for me. So, Eddie, you know, I would do that for about 15, 20, and then Foster, Flett, and Flaky would come on. And that's how I got my start.
Foster and Flaky.
Yeah. My success, the only success I've really known, Cork, came about as a result of a lawsuit.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just starting out. In fact, I was in Reno. I was playing the Desert Palm in Reno.
Right.
And I got sued by Mel Torme.
Wow, you ripped him off?
Well, he claimed I stole his nightclub act.
Oh, okay.
Now, in deference to Mel, I didn't have an act then. I was young, stupid, and just starting
Naive,
out.
right.
So I borrowed a little shtick from him, and a little from him, and a little from him, and that was my act.
Well, you don't sing like him. You don't.
No, I don't. Nor was I trying to copy him in any way. But he claimed I stole part of his nightclub act that he had paid to have written for him.
The narrative sequences between songs?
Yeah, the rap, the patter.
Oh, okay.
So we went to court.
Oh, wow,
Okay.
he took you to court.
Went to court. Asked
Small
me to,
claims?
No, this was not small claims.
Wow.
This was a full trial court.
Wow.
And I had to sing in court to prove my case, you know, to at least present my side of it.
Right.
And I'll be damned.
You won.
I got the best review I ever got in the Reno Tribune was from my court songs. And they said, this young upstart singer, Hoagie Darvon, enthralled the jury with his music. So anyway, it was a phenomenal review.
That's fantastic.
And that led to me headlining.
So you got calls out of that?
So what happened? Let me tell you, the upshot of this is so bizarre, Cork.
This is a showbiz story.
By the way, do you pronounce your name, is it Corky Bernstein or Bernstein?
Corky Bernstein.
Steen, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, my career started to flounder.
Right.
You know, and my manager said, you know, the hottest you've ever been was after court.
Was after
the
court.
Mel Torme
okay.
case, because you got such great reviews.
Right.
Why don't we go back to court?
That's funny.
I said, how do we do that? He said, just sue anyone.
Sue anybody.
So I sued Tom Jones, Tony Bennett, Robert Goulet, Andy Williams. I sued them all. And then I ultimately, I didn't win any of them.
No.
But I put out an entire album of court songs.
I love it.
And they didn't sell, but
who cares?
Anyway, that's how I became a headliner.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a fist bump. Now, so like, what were
Eddie liked that. Eddie!
Eddie's
He's
deaf.
a character.
So those are court songs, and did you sing them in front of the judge? Was it like a medley, a whole thing?
Yeah. See, I have a problem that most singers don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, and it plagues me, Cork.
What's that?
I can't remember lyrics.
Oh, no.
I can't remember the
Oh,
words.
no.
No, I started as a jazz singer. And my claim to fame right now in the music industry, I'm the only ballad scatter there is.
Ballad scatter.
I'm a ballad scatter, and I'm the only one.
You mean you just sing snippets of ballads and then into the next ballad?
No, let me explain. Since time began, not since time began.
Of course.
Come on.
Billions of years
Since
ago.
jazz began.
Right.
People have been scatting to up-tempo tunes.
Oh,
You know,
mean like blah,
I got
blah,
rhythm, shop and do ba ba do da do do ba 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 do da do day.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I couldn't remember lyrics.
So you would substitute scat.
So I tried for about a month and a half to sing with 3x5 cards. I was so embarrassed.
That's a distraction for the audience.
You mean
something to
me. You know, it was embarrassing.
Oh, that's I could see.
So
yeah,
I said, this is where I put the art of scatation into practice.
Wow.
And I was the first singer to start scatting ballads.
Okay. Do you remember your first ballad?
Yeah, it was, and it was only because of the lyrics.
Sure, you couldn't do it. You had to compensate.
The first one I think was, when you walk through a storm, shabude babuza, bavadu zagide zotundu. So that's when I started scatting to ballads.
That's fantastic.
And a lot of the singers, and even in Vegas, were saying, I've never heard a guy scat to ballads.
Well, you're an original.
I mean, Ella and Louie and all the famous scatters.
Sure.
It was always up-tempo.
Oh, that's funny. But you scattered the ballads.
I had to.
Yeah.
You know, to
But you
dream.
can't remember the words.
The impossible dream. To za babu zada bove. You know,
Wow.
It was the only cure for not remembering the lyrics.
That is pretty darn funny. Well, so now your best-selling CD to date, if you can call it that, is your
Every Rose.
homage to fruit.
No, that hasn't come out yet.
Oh, that's not come out. Go ahead.
That's coming out 2 weeks before Thanksgiving.
All right, I jumped the gun. What were you going to say?
Every rose needs a bush was the biggest hit I had.
Was that the biggest hit you had?
Yeah.
Okay.
We sold hundreds of those.
Every rose needs a bush.
Every rose needs a bush, which I wrote.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little of that?
Every rose needs a bush. You can't sit down without a tush. hey, when comes to push, you just got, it's just a jazz
But you even
kinda.
have problems with your own lyrics, so that's
I can't
that's
remember
kinda,
anything.
And then you just go into.
They think I
into
have the
scat.
onset of Alzheimer's. They think so.
But that.
But
kicked
I mean,
in
I
at an
remember my
early age in
name.
your
I remember where to show up.
Right.
I remember what the microphone is for.
Do you remember that? Do you remember your most thrilling moment in show business?
I do.
Can you tell us about
I
that?
think I would have to be. I once got an opportunity. I was in Vegas,
Right.
in Las Vegas, and I had an opportunity to sing a duet with Carrot Top. Are you familiar with him?
Sure.
A redheaded
Yeah.
comedian pulls junk out of a
Right.
box and does jokes about the junk.
Sure.
Hey, this is Hanky Panky, and everyone goes, I don't get it. But anyway, he and I did a duet and thrilled
Wow.
because
that's-
he's quite a big name.
So you put that as
I
right
would
up there.
put that right up there because, the crowd reaction was insane.
Wow.
Then I once sang the national anthem
Uh-huh.
at Caesar's Palace for a Mike Tyson fight.
Oh wow.
Before the fight.
Wow.
And after the fight, sang a duet with Don King.
Oh no.
Yeah, he can't sing to save his life. And he was very drunk. But what a thrill.
Wasn't that funny?
What a thrill.
And that Michael Buffer guy that he that guy that
Let's
comes
get
in-
ready to rumble!
Well, now it takes me back to the fact that most Americans have trouble remembering the Star Spangled Banner. Did you had to scat? Did you throw scat at it?
Only toward the end.
Yeah.
Only toward the end.
Okay.
And the Rockets, Shuba, Zuba, But
That is so.
thank
good.
God I know how to scatter. I'd be in such trouble. I can't tell you.
But now you're such an institution that any time a restaurant or a deli names a sandwich after a major star, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Now I understand that there's a hoagie.
Yeah.
Hoagie, quote unquote, named after Hoagie Darvon. Can you tell us about that sandwich? Is it any good? Have you tasted it?
Yeah. Well, it's called a flat wrap.
Right.
And it's a wrap. It's more of a burrito than a sandwich.
Okay.
And they call it the flat wrap because I'm so often flat.
Oh, that's funny. With sharp cheddar cheese.
Yeah, please. Good one. Ooh, man, you're quick.
Well,
You got to do some comedy, man. You are quick.
well, I'm sitting.
I know a mind when I see one.
Hey, thank you. You know something?
Pia
I was going to say.
Pia Zadora. Did you ever hear of her?
Yeah, no, of
Little
course.
gal,
Yeah, she's
little
cute.
sing-
Yeah.
She once said to me, Hoagie, you've got talent. And I said, oh my God, coming from you.
From Pia.
She said, I can tell by your shoes. I said, how can you tell by someone's shoes? She
Yeah.
said, dead giveaway.
Wow.
Isn't that fascinating?
You're a class act. I'm looking at your shoes right
Isn't-
now, man.
Yeah.
You're a class act. Look at you. Yeah.
These
Well, so
are-
now tell me
these are
about.
tragedies.
So, what about your early influences before you found an identity? So many singers copy so many others. Ray Charles
Well, I
copied Nat King Cole until he found his own voice. And who were the influences in your life?
Well, early on, it was Merv Tibbler.
Okay.
Merv worked all the lounges in Reno.
Right.
phenomenal singer. Phenomenal.
Right.
And he would do medley. He was king of the medleys.
Okay.
He would do medleys that no one could believe.
Never heard of
He
Murphy.
would put together 5, 6 songs, all starting with "Baby." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never knew when he was going to go from one song into another. It was "Baby, baby, baby, baby." Oh God, he was phenomenal. He committed suicide on stage.
Oh,
Shot himself in the mouth.
And they thought it was
at
part
the
of
end
the
of
act?
Mac the Knife. Yeah, he. Yeah,
They thought it was part of the act.
that's the way he wanted to go out.
Wow, and the audience applauded. They had to.
They
thought
were
it
kind of
was
shocked. You know, I mean,
once they found out.
yeah, once the band started
Merv
running.
Tibbler. Huh.
Merv Tibbler.
Merv Tibbler.
Oh God, he was a genius.
Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's pretty good. So he was your early influence.
Oh man, I used to go see him every chance I got. And
Okay.
he was fantastic.
And do you like?
My fan club. That's how I.
You have a fan club?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, in Branson.
Well, I had no. It's national.
Okay.
I used to have a big fan club.
Did ya?
Yeah, there was one at one point. There were like 270 members. I really mean it. Close to 270.
That's good.
And now we're down to about 6. But Karen Krinsky,
She was the treasurer, I bet.
Estelle Hagerston, Lori Ferguson, and the Romero twins. They run the whole fan club, and God, these gals are amazing. Can I say a shout out to them?
Sure, absolutely.
Girls, it's me. It's your guy. It's the Hoagster. God, I love you. I'll be back in Reno within 2 weeks. Okay? Don. Look at Don. Don wants to know, are they good looking? Come on, Don. Oh, Don.
So you play Reno and Branson
And
back
Branson.
and forth?
And yeah, when I'm not in Branson or Reno, I'm usually doing cruises.
Okay.
Cruise lines. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had some terrible jobs. You know, when you're not a name singer, I got booked once, Southwest Airlines.
Right.
Some genius at Southwest Airlines had an idea for a baggage claim concert series.
Okay.
So I was booked
Your
to...
worst gig or your best gig?
Worst.
Okay.
I was booked to entertain in the baggage claim center
Department,
there,
right.
while people are waiting for their luggage.
That doesn't work.
Oh, it was just
it's brutal.
it was horrendous.
Yeah.
You talk about not being able to remember lyrics. I couldn't remember songs. I
Right.
was so nervous.
Wow.
People were telling me to shut up. People would come up to me in the middle of a tune and say, Did you see a red bag with a ribbon on it with a yellow thing that?" And I'd be in the middle. I get too hungry
For
dinner at 8.
Oh.
I got so hungry, I ate the whole goddamn plate.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Now, I've got a list of your songs that you wrote
Oh yeah.
before we get to the latest CD because I want to promote that, huh?
Written some killers.
But besides Every Road Needs a Bush, there's a moon in my pants.
Oh, there's a moon in my pants. Get over here, let's dance.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it was a good song.
4-letter words like love and soup. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just my
That was-
mouth talking.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I first saw her ass through the bottom of my glass. Wow. Which ones are better? Hey, hey, that's my DNA. Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a blues.
She made a pie that made me cry. These are beautiful. Yeah. That's great.
None of them became hits.
None of them became hits?
No, I tried selling. There's a moon in my pants. I tried selling that to Lou Rawls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
Now, do you look up to singers like Tony Bennett and Sinatra and all the classics?
When Sinatra passed,
Uh-huh.
I didn't know if I could go on.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a...
I mean, when the chief
impact.
leaves,
Yeah. What do you do?
I felt so alone.
There's a void, huh?
Yeah. And then when Dean went, oh, please.
You looked up to these guys.
Oh, man.
Wow. Would you have liked to have been in the Rat Pack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That whole wonderful scene.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Well, now, Sinatra had a signature song about cities, New York, New York, of course. And Tony Bennett, his signature song was I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Now, as a fixture in Branson, what about, are you the voice of Branson? Did you ever write a song about Branson and put Branson on the map or Reno or anything like that?
No, I never really have. I always closed with Every Rose Needs a Bush.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, people got so carried away with the song at first they would laugh because they thought it was funny, and then they'd realize the meaning of it, and they'd be sobbing by the end.
Really?
You know, yeah.
Maybe I missed it. Every rose needs a bush?
Yeah.
You mean you can't
sit down without a tush.
I get it. You got to have one without the. You can't have one without the other.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, now, how do you relax? I know that Sinatra and those guys and Tony Bennett, he paints. He's a very famous painter. He sells his paintings and he relaxes.
I
What do you do?
I like to leave the car running in the garage with the door closed.
Yeah.
And the windows open.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it takes about 12, 15 minutes, and boy, do you get relaxed.
You get high.
Yeah, you just get...
Well, you probably need that. You're a pretty high energy dude.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, this is the speed I go at all the time.
Are you married?
No, I've been married many times.
Many
well,
times?
not many times. 4 times. 4-time loser.
Yeah.
5th time I thought I was married, I wasn't.
Well, in Reno, Nevada, you can get those quickies, so it's no big deal.
Tell me about it.
Wow.
Yeah, really.
That's pretty good.
I went to the Larry Holmes Chapel, and we got married once at about 2 in the morning. Got divorced after breakfast.
Yeah, I was going to say, got divorced at 6:45, huh?
You know, when you're singing and you're sweating and you're in the spotlight,
Yeah.
and some sweet-looking thing comes up to you,
Yeah.
I'm helpless. I'm
Wow.
as vulnerable as can be.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Especially with the songs, like, you and the moon and the magic. Holy jeez, look at that. Yow! So, where do you go from there?
Wow, you are one of a kind.
God
I gotta
bless you,
tell
man.
you,
God bless you.
I'm calling your publicist first thing after the show and saying, muchas gracias, amigo. He was great.
Oh, man, that's terrific.
Now, you know that you want to promote your latest CD?
Sure.
Go ahead.
A musical tribute to fruit.
Right. Yeah, I have some of the
Hoagie
names
Darvan's
here.
musical tribute to fruit.
Right.
It's all...
They're all standards, aren't they?
It's a 4 CD set of 82 songs about fruit.
Wow.
All the great fruit songs are in there.
Yeah.
Including a few originals that I wrote.
Yeah.
Cantaloupe Without You.
Oh, I love that. Cantaloupe Without You. Do you get that, folks?
Get it?
Cantaloupe Without You?
Orange,
Yeah.
You Glad We Met.
Oh, get it. Good.
These beets are made for walking.
Oh, that's great.
Beets are really a vegetable.
Well, that's okay.
Shh, I cheated.
So are tomatoes. Hey.
Tomatoes are a fruit.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's right.
Most people don't
Yeah,
realize
you're
that.
right. Well, you got Blueberry Hill, Strawberry Fields,
Blueberry
Lemon
Hill,
Tree,
Strawberry
Tutti Frutti.
Fields. Yeah.
How many in the full feet?
81 songs.
81 songs about fruit, folks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a website or anything like that?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I had a computer for a long time, and it just died. One day, that was the end of that.
Do you sell your own CDs after a show and meet the audience at the same time?
I do.
Yeah.
In the lobby.
In the
I
lobby.
usually have a table set up, and I have some of the CDs, my songs from Court. I have a few of those.
Yeah.
And Every Rose Needs a Bush. I have. I'll bring 10, 12 CDs, 10, 12 copies of that.
Yeah, so that's just
And then starting in November, I'll be having the musical Salute to Fruit with me as well.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, Hoagie Darvan, you must be doing something right.
Ooh, I don't know.
That's all I can say.
I don't know. I've been
because
reaching
you've been
for the
there
top
for
for a long
years and
time.
for years and years.
I'm not going to
How do you
make it.
define success? Like, how do you define it?
That's a good question because, I mean, it all comes down to what your definition of it is.
Sure.
I mean, by Tom Jones standards, by Engelbert Humperdinck standards, I'm not a success.
Well, money-wise, you're not.
But by Merv Tibbler's standards,
Sure.
I'm an enormous success.
Of course.
So it's all relative. It
But
depends.
aren't you happy doing what you do?
Oh, I'm miserable, Corky. I couldn't be more unhappy.
You are a trip, dude.
To go out there every night till 4 in the morning and sing my heart out for 2 drunks.
Right.
Or, 2 bartenders and a waitress while someone's belching. This is not a way to...
Well, you ought to write a book because you are a winner. Now I understand you close your show by interacting with the audience and asking somebody's name, and they tell you a name, and you make up a song. Why don't you help us close the show by making up a little song about Corky? I would just be so thrilled. And if you forget the lyrics, you can scat.
Yeah, okay, well... The frog goes ribbits. It's born to kibitz. Let's talk about it now. Corky, Corky, you're so quirky. And how.
Ladies and gentlemen, nice hand for Hoagie Darvon. That's it for this week's show.
Eddie liked it. Don liked it. Look at Don.
Don,
I'm buying you a beer after this show.
So remember, a mind is like a parachute. It works best when
It's in your head.
See you next week.